Check to see if it's going. Yes. Okay. All right, so we just watched a video about what fairy tale? The Three Little Pigs. Could you understand the general outline of that story by what he was saying? Yes. Language was confusing, but you understood the general picture of that story. Right? Gunnar and Junior, how do you feel? Yes, you could understand. You were laughing.
I thought some of the stuff
It was pretty funny. Yeah, so you can understand the general picture of what Shakespeare's talking about by knowing what's happening beforehand. So that's how we're going to read the book, okay? You guys are all going to be explained beforehand, not the book, the play, sorry, Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, because I heard book and I started
Yeah,
freaking
and
out.
you start, yeah, not another book.
Give it to Shakespeare a chance.
So we're going to read Romeo and Juliet, but before each section begins, we're going to go over it, give a summary, talk about what's going to happen, and then we're going to read it. All right, sounds like a plan? Okay, so for right now, I'm going to have you guys grab each of you a textbook from under there.
Can you do that for me?
Go ahead and grab one.
Red ones?
The green ones are yours.
Grab me green ones.
Yep. And you're going to open to page 771. 771.
Thanks, bro.
There you go.
Sorry, sis. Sorry. Bro, sis.
Grab a,
Bro, cheap.
how much time do we have? We have quite a bit of time.
Freeman?
What page?
What page?
771.
Junior. 9.
Is everyone to page 771? 771. All right. We're going to read the prologue. That's just the little section at the top there, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. All right, Junior?
Yeah.
Okay. What is a prologue? Somebody give me that definition.
Start the story.
Like a start for the story, an introduction to what's going to happen, right? So Shakespeare gets very specific about what's going to happen. In fact, he tells you how the story is going to end in his prologue. All right? It's revealed exactly why this story's written and how it's going to end. So let's go through. I'll read it aloud to you guys. You guys follow along. And then we'll talk about it. All right? Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean, from forth the fatal loins of these two foes. A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but the children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you wish, patient ears attend. What here shall miss, our toll shall strive to mend. Okay, think about it, process the language for a second. What stood out to you the most about the prologue? Think about it, and then somebody raise their hand. What stood out to you most through the prologue? Yes, Bri.
The end of it.
The end of it, why?
I don't know,
just the words.
The words, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what shall here miss, our toll shall strive to mend. So we're gonna try to figure out why this story goes on the way it does. What does it mean at the very beginning? First of all, where does this story take place? It tells you. What is the setting? Setting is Verona. I'm going to write this here because I don't want to erase this yet. Setting is Verona. Do you guys see that? Bry, Sophia, do you see where it says Verona? Okay. All right. And then from ancient grudge, break to new mutiny. What's a grudge?
Could just like you don't like something.
Like you don't like something, you don't talk to somebody because of something that's happened before, right?
So their family is in a feud.
Yeah, a feud. Ancient grudge. It talks about an ancient grudge.
The families don't like each other.
/ feud. We know it's their families. Whose families?
Romeo and Juliet's.
Yes, but it doesn't call them Romeo and Juliet, right? If we're reading this for the first time, we don't know who Romeo and Juliet are yet. So what does it call them in this? Foes would be their families. A pair of star-crossed lovers. So we've got star-crossed lovers. What does that mean? What does star-crossed mean? Just in that statement alone, we know that things aren't going to end well. Okay, Gunnar and Junior?
Yeah.
I know that you guys love staring in each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Pay attention up here. Star-crossed
We're on
lover.
Romeo and
So-
Juliet, so sorry.
It's Romeo and Juliet. So, we know it's Romeo and Juliet. And star-crossed means like they're not fated. Their paths were not meant to cross. Okay. Star-crossed lovers take their life. What does it tell us there? They kill themselves.
Also
They
take
take
their
their
life.
lives. That's I don't even need to write that down, right? That's super.
Please don't.
Yeah, that's.
They take
Please,
their
because if the
lives.
next class walks in and they see killed themselves on there, that's gonna be a little concerning. Wow.
They're gonna be really upset. Yeah. Good thing the
Yeah.
other
I
classes
wouldn't
already
want
gone
that
over
in the
this.
school board.
Maybe.
Okay, so doth with their death bury their parents' strife. What does that mean?
They don't listen to what they say.
They bury their parents' strife. What does strife mean? I heard Abby say it, but I want to break this down for everybody else for a second. What does strife mean, Junior? What's strife? Is it like everybody sings Kumbaya around the fireplace?
No.
Is that what strife is? No. Okay. Give me a guess. Okay, how about you, Gunnar?
Like, what's the word? Not in like agreement, maybe?
Yeah. Not agreeing, angered. It goes back to
Opposing.
this up here, their feud. Their strife, their feud, okay? So if they're burying their strife, what are they doing?
That means the feud isn't gonna be there.
The feud, they're getting rid of the feud. They're getting rid of it, they're forgetting about it. So with their children's death marks the end of their feud. Okay? Which, but the children's end, naught could remove. Using your sheets of paper, what do you think that means? Which but their children's end not could remove.
They can't remove their children and whatever.
They can't remove their children's end, but what the subject is what we just talked about. The strife that they're bearing.
They couldn't.
They can't remove.
They couldn't get rid of the feud without the death of their children. That means it took this huge, horrible, tragic event for them to get over their differences. Nothing else could get rid of their differences but that. There was no other way to end that feud. Okay. Last question. Why do you think Shakespeare starts the play off by telling you how it's going to end?
To get you more interested in the story.
So then that gets you wondering what happened beforehand.
Yeah, gets you wondering why, what happened,